Welcome to Whips in the Dungeon 201.30. Today we've got a little repair work we're going to do. I've got a Victor Tella snake here, a 3-foot snake, and this little snake originally came with a fall that was about 12 inches long, and over a period of throwing it for a few years I decided that the whip would act much better with a new fall. So I actually had Peter Jack cut me a fall that's about 24 inches long, maybe 30 inches long, and we'll over time trim that fall and tune the whip, and I'll do another video that shows you how I do that. But today we're going to be changing this fall out, so I'm going to show you quickly how to change a fall out. I don't consider this something that beginners would do, but certainly an intermediate or advanced whip thrower should know how to change a fall out. So first we take the eye of the fall and we're going to slide it over the old fall and slide it up over the fall hitch. And a fall has a top grain side and a suede or rough side. So you're going to look at the fall that was originally on the whip and see which is the top grain side, and thread your fall on so that it's in the same orientation as the original fall. Okay. Then we're just going to take this cracker off. We'll actually probably reuse that cracker. There's nothing wrong with it. And to take the old fall off, there's two ways you could do that. You could either use a fid or a marlin spike and thread it under the eye and back the fall back out through the fall hitch. That's actually very difficult to do, but it can be done. The other way to do it is to snip through the eye with a knife or a pair of scissors and pull the fall out through the fall hitch and then thread the new fall back through the fall hitch. And the goal is to not have the fall hitch collapse on itself and or untie itself. So we're going to very carefully cut through this eye because I'm not going to reuse this fall. We have to do it in such a way that we don't cut the roux. So that sounds like an easy feat. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as I can for video's sake, but also don't want to cut my roux. So we're going to take a sharp knife or craft knife. I'm using a pocket knife, and I'm going to cut through the eye of this old fall. And once I get it cut through, I'm almost there. There we go. So we cut through the eye of the old fall, and now we're gonna pull it through the fall hitch. Here's the old fall. There's the fall hitch with no fall through it, and then we're going to take the tip of the new fall and thread it through the fall hitch, and when it comes out the other side we're going to grab it. And this fall hitch, or this fall, was cut by Peter Jack. I had an order in to have a whip made, and I just said, Peter, cut me an extra fall and send me the bill and then include it in the package. So he did. So as you get farther up the taper, it's going to be harder to pull, but not impossible. And it doesn't hurt to put a little bit of conditioner on it as you're pulling it, or before you pull it. And being old and having carpal, I'm having a hard time going that last 1/8 of an inch. But I got it. I actually want to get it a little bit farther. Let's see if I can do it without having to tie this thing around a doorknob. Okay. If you're younger, this would be easier. So bear with the old whip thrower here. There we go. Felt it move a little bit more. Okay. So there we go. We've got the fall through the fall hitch, and it will, once I've cracked it and thrown it a while, it'll seat itself a little better than it is now, but it's certainly fine. And so now my fall, the new fall is about as long as the whip, and that's going to be too long. But I'll put a cracker on it and I'll throw it and I'll start trimming it. It's kind of like if you watch my caning series, tuning a cane, and you cut a little bit off at a time. That's the way you tune a fall too. You cut a little bit off at a time and shorten it, maybe an 1/8 inch to a 1/2 inch at a time, because once you cut the fall, you can't put material back on. So you want to start with it a little longer than you think you need it. Trim it, throw it, trim it, throw it, trim it, throw it, until you find that sweet spot where it works best for you and it's cracking easily, and then you call it, that's it. So that is how to change a fall on a whip. So now I've got a new fall on my Victor Tello whip, and I'm very excited about trying it out.